Welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough, and we're going to begin laying down with a support underneath the shoulder blade. So I've got a long, narrow blanket fold here, and it could be a rolled up towel if you don't have a little blanket. You can always do this flat on the floor, but it's just that extra little bit of support that feels so good. You're going to lay down with your shoulder blade on the blanket and arms straight out to the sides from your shoulders. And check that the back of the neck feels long and that it doesn't feel like you're squashing the back of the neck trying to reach the floor. If that's the case, your blanket needs to be a little bit lower. Or you might put another pillow under your head. But we want to change the shape of the ribs and the spine in the upper back so that the bones of the spine are pressing forward, or in this case, up to the ceiling. And then the ribs are a little expanded. Those joints have to open a little, joints between the ribs and the breastbone. So you're bringing your attention to your breath now. And feeling the movement of the ribs. Legs are in a neutral position for your spine. That means hip width, parallel feet, parallel legs. And you might notice that the rib cage is held in place by the blanket at the back. Can you feel the front of your ribs, the side movement of the ribs, the breath? And then gently take your arms overhead, exploring that movement for your shoulders. And you can have the palms facing up here. Again, we still want to make sure the neck feels long, comfortable. And exploring again the movement of your ribs, your lungs with each breath. And the feeling of the shoulders relaxing. The armpits broad and long. Face relaxed, throat relaxed. Gently bringing in your arms now and walking your feet in even closer and rolling gently off your blanket to the side and come into forward virasana. Bring the feeling of that blanket with your spine. Knees wide enough to make room for your tummy, your chest, big toes touching, and your hips as close to your heels as you can manage. Feel the movement of the ribs with the breath. Relaxing the shoulders wide and the collarbones wide, the sides of the waist long, the neck long. Lovely. We're going to look forward, bring the elbows out wide and bring your torso forward so you can lay onto the floor, the tummy on the floor, and wiggle your legs in so they're parallel. Hands under the shoulders, elbows back. And we're going to lift the chest off the floor and keep light into the hands. So you can give a little bit of added push with the hands, but keep it minimal and use your back core to lift. Elbows in, elbows back, and keep drawing the shoulders back from the neck, sides of the neck along. Strong leg, press the tops of the feet down, lifting the knees back, and enjoying the flow of breath. Beautiful. We're going to press up now into downward facing dog pose. Stretch the fingers wide. So tucking the toes under, knees come off the floor. You might want to walk your feet in a little. Bring the feeling of when we started with the blanket under the shoulder blade. And imagine that feeling in the spine here. The bones impressing themselves forward towards the chest. Your neck long. Feel the movement of the ribs here. Unimpeded by lying down. So really letting them move with the breath. Fingers are wide and you press into the fingerprints. Good. And then knees back to the floor for forward virasana again. So hips as close to the heels as your body allows. And we lengthen through the sides of the waist. Lengthen through the neck. Looking forward at your hands now. Elbows out wide. Tummy onto the floor. A little press into the hands, but elbows back. Reach the shoulders back. Strong legs. Strong back core of the body as you lift. Feel the gluteus muscle helping to lift. So squeeze the buttock muscle towards the waist. Nice work. And then we're going to press up into downward facing dog pose. If for some reason you're not practicing downward facing dog pose today, you could always do your knees on the floor and a cat stretch, arching the spine up and down. Fingers pressing to the floor. Heels pressing, sit bones lifting, head just relaxing. Nice work. Knees to the floor. Forward virasana. We're going to give a little extra stretch here by walking the hands over to the left side of your mat. So right off the mat as far as you can, reaching with your right arm, and then lengthen the front torso towards the floor. And then walking your hands over off the mat to the other side, to the right. Really reaching with your left hand, left arm, lifting and lengthening your torso towards the floor. Back to the center. And bending, looking at your hands, bending your elbows, bring your tummy onto the floor. Okay, a little bit different this time. We're going to put the right forearm underneath the chest and bend in the left leg. Beautiful. And we're going to reach back and try to hold the left leg. So it might be that you can't quite reach your foot. You're going to work to reach the left arm back and the toes of the left foot closer and closer towards your back. Otherwise, we're holding. And if you can take a hold, you might be able to squeeze the heel towards the hip. And some people can even take it a little bit further and turn the fingers to face forward, the palm on the top of the toes. Ooh. Beautiful. And then we'll release that side and the other side. So left forearm under the chest on the floor. Try to keep the knees in parallel. Bending in your right toes towards your back. Reaching back as though you could take hold of your foot with your right hand. Maybe you can grab your foot. And we're going to squeeze the heel towards the hip. Right heel, right hip. Maybe even turning the fingers forward, palm down. Beautiful. Releasing that side. Hands under the shoulders and lifting the torso again. Oh, strong in the back core. Squeezing the buttock muscles towards the back waist, and we'll be light in the hands. In fact, if you can take your hands off the floor, see if you can keep that nice big lift with the back core of the body, and the arms go back beside you, Salambasana. You can even take your feet off the floor. Beautiful work. Hands under the shoulders, pressing back. And we'll come into either all fours, arching the spine up and down, or downward facing dog. Nice work. Knees to the floor. Walk the hands forward. We're going to come into a modified plank pose. So we're trying to get our hips in a straight line with the knees and the shoulders, lifting the front core of the body. And we're going to swing the hips a little from side to side. You'll notice you really have to stabilize with the core of the body so that your back stays nice and healthy. Strong core. Nice work. And then we're going to be in forward virasana. So walk your hands back so you can bring your hips towards your heels, knees wide enough for your tummy, and reaching your arms. Bring the feeling of having that blanket supporting your upper back, reaching the bones of the spine forward. Nice work. We're going to come up into downward facing dog pose now and walking the feet forward. Give yourself a really big stretch with each step. So try to press the back of the heel towards the floor, little steps. Walking forward, discovering where you run out of room, and then rolling up. We're going to come to the front of the mat in Tadasana. Don't know what's been going on. My mat's moved. Tadasana. I'm going to bring the backs of the hands together. Shoulders relaxed. And giving your wrists a nice big stretch in that direction. And then take your hands around your range of movement. So fingers forward, backs of the hands stay together. Fingers forward, fingers towards you, fingers up. Nice work. And then releasing. So feet under the hip width parallel, legs parallel. Roll the upper arms out, arms in. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing arm. Uttanasana. Looking forward. Feeling the bones of the spine embedding forward. Finding ease for your back and starting to feel the stretch for your legs. So the more you try to straighten, the bigger the stretch. So exploring that sensation. But keeping an ease to the spine. And if you tuck your chin into your chest now, the back of the neck lengthens. Nice work. Bend the knees, rolling up, arms up. Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. Feel the shape of the rib cage moving with the breath. Each of the joints supple. Okay, we're going to take the arms up but keep palms facing forward. So a difference to the shoulders, the shoulder movement and the armpits here. So feel the broadness of the armpit. And we're going to lift up the left leg in front. And lift the knee as high as you can. Reaching the arms up and keeping the neck relaxed. Beautiful. Now, a little bit tricky, you might want to watch for a second. We're going to bring the arms down and the leg down, but we're going to take the leg behind and we're going to reach the arms behind. And you might have to find the floor behind you with your tiptoes to help you with your balance. Or you might be able to balance on your right leg and we're going to reach the torso forward and the leg back and the arms back. So Virabhadrasana 3, preparation for that. Good. So you can bend as much as you're able to until the front of the torso, front of the leg is parallel to the floor. So you're bending just at the hip crease, but not the waist. All right, and we're going to lift back up. Take the arms up again, palms facing forward, and the left leg forward again. Nice work. Now to release the left leg to the floor, find where you're going to place it, just with the skin of the foot, and then transfer your weight. We're trying to stand hip width, feet, parallel feet. Beautiful. Arms up again, palms facing forward. Feel that lovely space in the armpits across the chest. Beautiful. Lifting the right leg now. And lift nice and high, finding balance. Okay, so for Virabhadrasana 3, with that backward arm variation, we're going to take the arms down, the right leg back until it's straight, maybe finding the floor behind you. Maybe you don't need to. Stretching the leg out straight, stretch the arms out straight, shoulders back away from the ears. And then tipping forward by folding the left hip crease more deeply. So the torso and the leg might be heading towards parallel to the floor. Nice work. Lifting up smoothly, arms up, leg up in front, right leg in front. And before you put the foot down, see if you can find your footing where you're going to place the foot, and then transfer your weight. Tadasana. Now, you can repeat that with the arms by the sides of the body like we just did. It's tougher to have the leg out behind and the arms out in front. So if you find that's too strong, do the arm variation by your sides. So we'll begin again. Arms up, palms forward. We're doing that to really make space for the chest. It's harder to tense the neck with the arms facing forward. Beautiful. All right, so if you think you need to bring your arms down by your side, this is where you're going to do it. Otherwise, keep them up. We're going to take the left leg up and in front, and then back behind. And we're going to start to hinge forward at the right hip crease. So if the arms feel too heavy out in front, bring them back by your sides. Otherwise, we're holding. Nice straight line through the torso, the arms, the leg. You can turn the palms to face each other if you're in the full posture. Virabhadrasana 3. And then lifting up. Bring the left leg up in front. And release. Without falling. Have an intention to where you place your foot. Tadasana. Okay, last one. Arms up, palms forward. Breathing and relaxing broad shoulders. Okay, we're going to bring the right leg up in front and then behind. Bring the arms by the sides if you need to, palms facing up to the ceiling, or keep them out in front. Lifting your back leg as high as is appropriate. And if you get into the full posture with the front of the body parallel to the floor, palms facing. Yes. And then lifting up. Right leg in front, release your arms. Place your foot with intention. Hip width parallel. Tadasana. That is hard work. Finding your breath. Beautiful. Step your feet together. Take your arms out to the side. We're going to cross the right upper arm over the left for Garudasana. And if you hold your elbows, you can usually get your right arm a little bit further over to the left arm a little bit further to the right. You can stay embracing your shoulders, or you can find your thumb or even face the palms towards each other. And we'll draw the shoulder blades down and feel relaxed in the neck. Lifting the elbows, lifting the hands, looking up, a little bit of a back bend. Bend the knees. Lift up onto the left tiptoes. Right up onto the skin of the toes. Nice. So we're balanced on the right foot, and maybe you can cross your left thigh over your right, tucking your left foot behind your right leg or beside. Beautiful. And then releasing and placing your foot with intention back together. Nice work. And then arms out from the shoulders, and this time the left upper arm over the right. And embracing your shoulders. See if you can scoot your elbows a little closer together or past each other. You can keep your hands there, or you can find your thumb or face the palms. Shoulder blades down. Elbows up, hands away from the face, just what's comfortable for your fingers. We're going to bend the knees. Balance on the left foot and lift up onto the skin of the right foot. And if you have your balance, you can cross your right thigh over your left, tucking your right foot in. Beautiful. And then releasing, placing your foot with intention back together. And we're going to do a classic forward bend with the feet together. You'll notice it's just a little bit more wobbly than what we normally would do. The stretch will feel different. We'll take the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana, Uttanasana. It's a little more intense with the feet together. So take care of your back. Keep the bones of the spine pressing forward. Put your hands where they support you, on your legs or on the floor. And alternately stretch your legs. So one is bent and one is straight, side to side. And give it a go, stretching both together, but keeping the bones of the spine pressing forward. Nice work. We're going to step back into downward facing dog pose. So organizing your hands, stepping back, feet are hip width. Arms are shoulder width. Resting the heels and letting the head just hang down. We're going to bring the right foot and place it down on the little toe edge of the foot. So you kind of wiggle it in behind your left foot so that you're on the edge of the foot. Your right hand, put it in the middle of the mat. So you're lining up your right hand with your right foot. And we're going to try and lift the left hand off the floor. Good. Now that might be enough. Or you might be able to lift the left foot up as well, place it on the right foot, and turn the torso to the left side of your mat so that we are in a sideways plank pose. Anantasana. Ooh, lifting the left arm. Nice work. We're going to bring that hand back down to the floor. Place your feet back in familiar territory, downward facing dog pose. Ah, good work. Now the left foot. So we put the little toe edge of the foot down on the middle of the mat. The left hand to line up through the middle of the mat. Maybe you can turn a little bit and lift your right hand off the floor. So this is the beginning of the pose, so you might be able to get to this stage. Nice. Or you might even be able to take the right foot, place it onto the left foot, and lift the right hand all the way up to the ceiling, opening the chest towards the ceiling. Anantasanam. Nice work. Right hand down. Downward facing dog pose. Beautiful. Knees to the floor. Walk the hands further forward and keep the hip over the knee and bring the chest and the armpits towards the floor. Big stretch for the upper back and the shoulders. Beautiful work. Walk the knees in, walk the hands in, and come into a seated position. You can use your blanket to sit up onto. And we're going to sit with comfortable legs. So for me, that's cross legs. You might have your legs out straight if cross legs is uncomfortable for your knees. We're going to turn to the left side. Use your hands to help you and draw the shoulder blades down. Notice where it feels like your body won't turn anymore. And sometimes that's a perception rather than a reality. So let's bring the focus to the breath. And as you exhale, notice that in fact, the diaphragm is lifting up into the lung cavity, and there's more room for the belly to turn, for the ribs to turn. Explore your potential here. With each breath, potential to feel more relaxed in your shoulders, more at ease in your body with challenging movement. Now we're going to keep the right hand on the left leg and lift the left arm up by the left ear. And we're going to lengthen the right ribs over the right thigh. And you take that as far as your back is easeful with. So we want to lengthen the sides of the waist and reaching. Opening the heart towards the ceiling, the sky. Lengthening with each breath. Nice work. And then coming up. I always feel like I've been to a different planet when I do that. All right, we're going to swap the cross of the leg, other leg on top or in front, however your legs cross, and we'll turn to the right side. Ooh. Finding that feeling of limit, which is a a brain-body connection. But when we bring the breath into that connection, it's a whole other story, whole other possibility. What opens up with each breath? Where is the space with each breath? Beautiful. Keep your left hand on your right leg and lift your right arm up by your right ear, lengthening that side of your waist. And then we want to lengthen the left side of the waist, and we're going to reach the torso out and over the left thigh. And you go as far as it feels good for your spine. Opening the heart towards the ceiling, the sky. Enjoying the flow of breath. Beautiful. And lifting up and back to center. Great. We've got just a little time for 90. So take your feet out wide and your knees are bent. And you want your knees as far from each other as you can. Let's flip the knees to the left. Now, when you go to swap sides, lift the right leg first and keep as big a distance from the knee as you can. And you want to keep that distance, keep that distance, keep that distance. In fact, keep increasing it. And it's when you can't go any further that the back knee, the left knee lifts. Okay, lifting the left knee, keeping distance before you lift the right. So we're all tempted to lift whichever knee's following too soon. So try to do this without lifting the back leg too soon. Good, and you can do this with your hands on the floor to support. We can try it without using your hand. Definitely recommend for hip health, nice strong core, easy spine movement. Beautiful. Couple more. So really trying to not wake up the leg that's following before you've made the biggest distance that you can. Okay, last one going to the right. Oh, beautiful. And then we're going to lay down and take happy baby pose. Which will relax all those muscles we've just been using. So lower back, presses to the floor, belly is relaxed. Try to bring the knees towards the floor and the toes, so the legs are bent, the toes towards the floor overhead. Finding your inner happy baby. Mm. Mm. Good, and put your feet down on the floor now, inside edges of the feet together and the knees together, so your legs are bent. Arms out from your shoulders. We'll lift the hips, swing them to the left, and the knees are going to go to the right. And just give your weight to the floor, to the posture, and receive the gift, this beautiful yoga posture. The nourishment of the breath. Mm. Really bring your focus to your core body. So when you lift your legs, there's lots of support, powerful core and supported spine. Good. Back to center. Lift the hips, swing them right, and knees go. Ooh. And again, just giving your weight. And receiving gifts of Jatara Paravatasana. Mm. Really bringing your focus to your core body, strong core to lift your legs back up to center and hug your knees into your chest and rock a little from side to side. Massage you. If you need to finish your practice, rolling to your side now and coming up to sitting. If you are able to stay in Shavasana, it would be really nice. Namaste to you, if that is the case. Bringing your hands in front of your heart. Oh. And take the feeling of the practice. Namaste. Thank you.